And the mayor's gonna appoint somebody to the golf commission. Resolution 2425-180, adopting the minutes from the last common council meeting. That's me. Resolution 2425-181, resolution ratifying employment agreement with Chief Anthony Agresta. Irene,
Yes,
this one? Hello?
yes. Right.
Hello? Resolution 2425-182, resolution budget transfer, Mayor Sinklani. Irene, this one as well. This is to cover the difference in the management line. It's a budget transfer.
I am not.
All good?
Workspace is scary.
No.
Good?
I'm in the meeting right
Yes.
now. Gentlemen.
Mine are good.
No, I'm in the meeting right now. There's no problem. I'll call you later. That was Kim.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
2425-183, resolution budget transfer, Jimmy.
Okay. Budget transfer for, because I sponsor.
Yep.
What number?
It's 183. It's a Mayor Sinklani, but it's you, it's your department. It's for the one that we discussed today for.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And what happens is there was a line item, I believe, we were short, so we just gotta fill this line item. So we're making a transfer to balance out this line item. Because we didn't add any money in the beginning when he got his increase, so now we're doing it right now. So this kind of like end of the year, we're kind of like balancing out all the line items. Okay?
And we got any questions?
Thank you.
Come here. Resolution 2425-184, resolution budget transfer, similar, Irene, Alderwoman Collins, for Chief Spencer.
Yes, you too.
It's fine.
Resolution 2425-185, resolution for a budget transfer. This is, the city clerk has incurred additional expenses for 2425 because of paying the intern clerk simultaneously while paying the appointed clerk on leave. So we need to do a transfer of $10,000 from contingency to the city clerk management line. That's to cover the rest of the year. Anybody have any questions on that one? 2425-186, resolution authorizing contract with Orion Management Company for grant services by Mayor Sinklani. This resolution is to continue with Nick Zabowski at $93 per hour. And it'll, sorry?
96.
Oh, what did I say?
93.
Oh, well, 96, excuse me, everyone. To continue the contract till December 31st, 2026. Mayor, do you have anything you want to add to this?
We had a typo here. I mean, the city is desirous. The city's not delirious.
Well, I mean, it's debatable.
Do we need to make an amendment? to
No,
correct
it's a
that?
typo. Just fix it, please, Stacy. No motion necessary.
Okay.
It's my fault. I should add that for the record.
Resolution 2425-187, resolution authorizing contract with Megan Podrazak, Megabytes Catering for the concession services at Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course. Alderman Marticello. Megan is with us, by the way.
Megan is here, and Megan met with the mayor and I, and we went over fine detail with the contract that she needed and what we agreed upon. And you see the last whereas clause, during the second period of the contract, monthly amount will be calculated as 8% of the tenant's gross revenues. And then the last sentence will say, if the calculation of 8% of gross revenues equals less than 5,000, the tenant will make a payment of 5,000 for that month. Now, this is something that we all agreed upon. And Megan's here. Everybody has any questions they want to answer?
Well, and I also want to point out that we don't have the finished agreement yet because we're waiting for that complete list of stuff that we're going to make sure is included in the kitchen of the clubhouse, which you're working on.
Yes, I spoke briefly with Mike today. I finished that. What happened was, so everyone knows, is with Saratoga Associates, I had to go through and delete every single item that was on prior, just send them an equipment list, then
Make
give them my
sure it's
login for the equipment, and then it'd go back and rebuild the list.
Does it make sure it fit? We're all
Yes.
set to go?
Yep.
So
That's
once
all
we
set
have
to
that list from you, we will incorporate it into the agreement, and the agreement will be completed. We'll have you sign it, okay?
Yes.
Anyone have any
Very
other
fortunate,
questions?
we're very fortunate that Megan is
Yes.
coming back. She did a great job last year. She's got the talent and the flexibility that we need to, what's gonna be a very difficult year at the clubhouse because of the construction going on.
And Megan, thank you very much for coming to that meeting, and we did that kitchen and the air and everything's ready to go, and you're satisfied, right?
Yeah, that's great. Saratoga Associates and I went over everything again. Everybody seems to be on the same page. It's ready to go.
Okay, so,
I just have one question.
Yes,
On the
Chief
second
says for a
whereas,
one-year deal. I
so
did.
it says for the 2025, what? It sounds like I'm missing something. Period, slash,
what do you want
Should
to
say
know?
2025 season.
should say 2025 season.
For the
For the resolution,
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Anthony,
the-
do we need to make it an amendment? for that?
It wouldn't
We
be
just
a
write the
season,
season.
because it would be
it's a,
You go by the season,
yeah, so,
you go by the season, so
But the way
basically,
it's written, it says for the 2025, it does, it.
it's gonna run from now until the end of the year, actually, and but it's gonna be in 2 phases, and then we will renew we hope to, right?
yeah, that would be the goal. So we would,
I think if we just strike the word the, it makes
The, okay.
sense.
yeah,
For 2025, okay.
yes.
Okay, so no amendment needed?
No,
Okay, Stacy.
it should just be whereas for 2025.
Okay.
thank you, Mayor.
Anything else for Megan?
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Resolution 2425-188, resolution approving audit, Alderwoman Collins.
All good.
We have one consent resolution. Now, the Yeager brothers, Corey and Brent, came to us, and we had a meeting last week. And they said that they would prefer that we let them out of their contract for Riverlink Park for drifters. We've had numerous people interested since, so the mayor decided to put out an RFP so we could generate some feedback from the public and open it up to bids. So the resolution 2425-189, resolution authorizing request for proposal for concessionaire services at Riverlink Park. If you go down to the last whereas, they need to be in by 3 PM on April 14th, excuse me. And this is, there's a copy of the contract attached to it, and this is RFP, sorry. And this is just for the 2025 season. Any questions about this? Going once.
We should make it clear that if there are no bidders or we don't receive a bid that we are happy with, that the Yeager brothers would be obligated to serve their 3rd
Yes.
year.
And they're prepared for that. if that's the
Yes,
case.
that's right. All right,
All right, I did get a call, I don't know if they called you.
go ahead.
A woman called me, Mike's Hot Dogs, at Schenectady, and I directed that to the recreation department.
Okay,
I just want to make you aware.
right. Tomorrow, as soon as we pass this resolution, tomorrow morning, we will have these RFPs ready for distribution.
Okay,
If you want to contact that person.
I've been in contact with
All right, fine.
okay, just, I wanted to make sure you know that.
Okay.
And they'll have to get a liquor license for this?
I'm sorry.
There has to be a liquor license for this?
Yeah, they're gonna need a license, a liquor license for this, thing. So that's a real limiting factor, and, you know, it's a tight timeline. It's a tight timeline.
That's it for the resolutions. Mayor, do you have anything you want to discuss? My clerk's here.
We got a lot of time, so is there anything, we don't have anything else going on, right?
You get your appointment to the golf commission.
Yeah, I'll be making an appointment to the golf commission. We're gonna put Mr. Ray Fife, longtime golfer, lifetime city resident. I'll be sending out a letter to him tomorrow.
Good.
And we no longer need resolutions for that
Well-
appointment per charter.
Right. Corporation counsel.
Right, I'm not sure of where the prior instance was, but this is, under the charter, or under 28-2. It's an appointment made by the mayor without, any ratification by the council. So it would fall into a resolution.
Thank you. Mike Clark, would you like to address your engineer's report?
So, with the streetlight project, to date, we are at approximately 1,600 fixtures replaced. We've got a meeting tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow, Thursday. We've got a meeting, I'll have an update for you on that. The targeted completion is later this month, and I expect an update on that as well. We have discussed previously, it's about the lead service line grant through CDBG. And I mentioned that there, I believe, Dan Gray has, performed some outreach to, get some folks income qualified on that so we can build that project. Every one of those, the participants in that project will need to be income qualified. Looking at 150 homes. Clubhouse project is underway. Everybody knows that by now. Concrete foundation work is, walls, footings are all done. Plumbing work's going on inside. The exterior, the site backfill away from the structure, you'll see that. Anybody driving by, that's underway. Shortly, I expect this week, they'll begin with the inside plumbing drains, all the floor drains, anything that's through the slab or through the walls has to be done. They'll be, and from there, we're off to the races. They'll deck the building just like you'd expect any other building to be decked. Electrical plumbing will be going full bore at that point. And they're making good progress.
There's been a lot of, from my end anyway, a lot of positive feedback. People love to see the construction starting and excited out there.
We've had weekly progress meetings on that. Very important on a project like this where the timeline is tight and you have multiple prime contractors. And I'm still getting good positive feedback. I believe we're on track and on schedule at this point. Southside Boardwalk project is also underway. And you may or may not notice if you've been over there, a lot of the site prep work has been done. There's a mountain of topsoil, which is a soil cover on that, on the site. We have an environmental consultant that we have to have there while that work is being done. That'll be probably another week. And then some of the foundation work will begin in anticipation of the delivery of the boardwalk. Plumbing's also going to occur. That project is, right now it's on schedule. We expect it to stay that way. And the substantial completion date is November 15th. You heard me talk till I'm blue in the face about the Henrietta pressure reducing valve. That Henrietta is shut down right now. It's going to be until Thursday is my guess. Work's being done. If anybody, we still have high pressures in that localized area below Henrietta. This will resolve that issue. And
For homeowners, for homeowners, high pressure?
For homeowners, there's a few folks that have had problems with their hot water tank pressure, the valve on it. And that's been for the last many months. This will resolve that issue completely. But it's a large project to get this thing replaced. And I expect that we will be able to do it under pressure and not have to do any night work. I really don't want to if I don't have to. It complicates matters greatly. And again, I expect it in service by Thursday afternoon, Friday morning. Water filtration plant work is ongoing. I'm happy to report that the sewage pumps at the West Side Pump Station have been in service for 3 weeks without any trouble. About time. Happy about that, and below, you've seen this a couple of times now. I've talked to a few of you already that said that your requests weren't on here. I'm updating it. If I'm missing anything from this list and you haven't talked to me about the proposed streets for the road program, by all means, please do. My intent, my hope is to come to the council at the next meeting with a resolution asking to advertise for bids. Now, having said all that, as an exercise, if you remember, we had a meeting with Department of Transportation several weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And it was really about the Route 5 interchange and some of the changes proposed there. At that time, somewhere towards the end of the meeting, it was asked about when are they gonna take over Market Street and what can they do? We all know the condition of that. In order for the state currently to take over Market Street, they would like us to repair all the water lines and sewer lines in that area, meaning replace them. I think that it's probably a bridge too far for us at this point. So the mayor and I discussed it, we're kicking around what would it look like in terms of a cost if the city did a piece of Market Street a year for 2 years, 3 years, whatever that works out to. So as a starting point, and again, this is a starting point, I estimated and took our first pass at what it would look like resurfacing Market Street from Prospect all the way to Van Dyke. And I gotta caution everybody, I put a lot of contingency in this because it's not like having any other street paved in the city. The traffic's the heaviest by double over any other street. We have almost 17,000 vehicles a day on Market compared to about 9 on Church Street and about 8,800 on West Main, Route 5. So I would fully expect, I would actually prefer that work be done at night. I would shudder to think what a lane shutdown and having alternating one-way traffic on that in the summer would be like. Because of that, it can be done, and as everybody knows, a lot of roads are paved at night, right? Usually you don't see them through a city. I have done it before, and with good results. And if and when the city gets to this point, I would suggest we think about doing that. The thing is, it comes with its own set of unknowns. Contractors are certainly going to look at that as an additional expense. And because of that, I've tried to factor some of that in there in a contingency, to try and represent what they might see as an unknown. So we're nevertheless, after all that long-winded explanation, I would say that the number that, to pave, totally resurface, repair some of the bad sidewalks, of course, all the corners to make them ADA compliant, adjust all and fix all the structures, the manholes, the water valves, that kind of thing that are, within the pavement area that need it, which is a lot of them on Market Street. There's no question. I got an estimate right now of 1.368 million, and I think it's certainly in the right range. I think
Cheaper than
it's
Church
close.
Street.
I'm not, that doesn't mean you gotta do that. It doesn't mean you gotta do any of that this year. It doesn't mean you gotta do any of that ever. We can keep trying to get the DOT, but to do it, if they were to do it, they would take a more aggressive approach and probably peel off all that old concrete pavement that's 100 years old and rebuild all the subgrade. It would be a massive and rather disturbing project. It would be beautiful in the end. But they're concerned about the utilities. We could slice and dice this up any way you wanted, right? It is, in my mind, it's the most difficult part of Market Street to do. Probably probably more difficult in terms of traffic and turning movements and signals than you would have on above Van Dyke to the city line.
Right. Can I ask a
Yeah,
question?
sure.
If you wanted to bond this, or you wanna pay for this, Mayor?
No, we were thinking of using, again, Mike and I had a
I think
conversation.
this is a great idea, because Market Street's horrible.
Well, that's the
Well,
conversation we need to have.
Right.
Is that we're probably gonna get about 2 million in CHIPS money if everything's okay. And I said to Mike, Mike, how far would that take us? But we don't have to do the whole thing either, as Mike is saying. We could do half and half next year. But the point I'm trying to make is each one of you have gone through the wards in the streets in your ward and said these are most in need of paving. One of the other things that we factor in every year is how heavily those roads are used. We come up with a list, we try to please everybody. But if you think of one street in our city, which is heavily used by just about everybody, as Mike said, 17,000 cars a day, it's Market Street, and it's in terrible condition. And DOT has told us, we're not gonna touch it unless you spend, what, like 25 million to fix what's
For us to
underneath it.
replace all those water lines, we
So-
are at 20 million and above.
And we were not gonna get there. So the question is, do we use CHIPS money to do the most heavily trafficked street in our city, which everyone uses, at the sake of pushing off streets in the neighborhoods that aren't as heavily used, but are definitely in need of paving? There's definitely gonna be a inconvenience factor for those people who are on those streets that would be on lists that we can't touch this year if we do this on Market. But I think it's a good decision. It's a good thing for you guys to think about. We're gonna need to know pretty quickly. But I for one think that we definitely should. We're not going to be able to get We're not going to be able to get DOT to fix that street unless we do something like now and start doing it. I think right.
Do you have an estimate what this might cost?
With what you got right there,
2.2.
you're about 1.5 to 1.6.
This is 1.5.
Yeah,
This one.
Right.
that one,
Okay, and this is 1.3.
Right.
yeah,
Okay, so you got 2.8, which is close to $3 million.
Right.
yeah, yes.
Okay, so if you were just to, take the $2 million chip money, okay, and you were to bond for the rest, or
It would
take out,
shorten this list greatly.
well, you can bond it, and then you can also take money from the fund, you can take it from the fund balance, the water fund, and we can, because this is not gonna be done in 1 year, so you can bond this. And, if you were to take an estimate on the bond on this, Irene,
We're trying not to borrow any more money.
Well,
That's the
I
thing,
know, but like you just said, there's 17,000 cars that go over this.
And I'm saying we can afford to do this with CHIPS money.
I know, but I know what's gonna happen here. I see these
You're gonna
streets. I
cut down the list
forfeited-
till next year, and then we'll do them next year.
I forfeited all these streets last year because I had to wait for.
I know you did, and that's why we would go through this list really closely and say, what are the ones that really need it, that have waited the longest, that kind of thing. But I'm just saying, we don't have to spend $1.3 million either, right, Mike? We could cut it in half,
You could,
but that's
I
kind of,
mean, you can break it up into whatever sections you want. There's other ways to approach it,
Mhm,
really by the way we bid the project.
mhm.
We could, every year you've seen me do a base bid with some alternates, right?
Mhm.
You could do that same thing again, where we bid all of this and we basically order off the menu. When the bids come in, or we could make Market Street, the base bid, and all these other streets here, the alternates, agree on some kind of priority form before we go to bid. And then I believe there's gonna be additional money after we bid Market Street. And then you could get on that list.
That's what
That's
we're
one way
talking
to do
about.
it. Or you could put this on as an alternate, right, and have these as a base bid. Or you could take Market Street and divide it into two pieces, an A and a B, right? There's a number of ways we can do it. I can write the bid package any way you want.
Right. And I'm confident this year, based upon everything we're hearing from our legislators, that the CHIPS money is going to be there. I'm not confident next year that the CHIPS money is going to be there. So I'm a little bit concerned about, that level of funding. It's been a great level of funding for what, 3 years now, Mike? 3-4 years?
This is I think it's the fourth year we've been at this level.
Yeah, so this may be our last opportunity to do something this big with CHIPS money. And as I said, I'm, speaking with the controller, we're really gonna try and limit our borrowing. But at the same time, there are roads, there are streets, we need to take care of them. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, give this some real serious thought in the next couple of days. And let's come up with a plan that, you all can live with and that Mike can execute.
Is there general fund money we could also attribute to
There
that?
is, there's general fund money, but, again, we've been talking about it and we can look at that as a possibility to complete, like if Mike does the alternates,
Mhm.
the way he's talking about doing it. But I'm talking about, first of all, committing our CHIPS money.
Yeah.
And then, we'll have this alternate list and we'll see how much it is and we can talk about what, because we're not there yet. We're still waiting for the final audit
Mhm.
on our numbers. And I don't want to say there's this much or there's that much. I just want to make sure that, we look at this the right way.
I would suggest that we just do Market Street all at once, because the disruption
Mm.
twice is gonna cause chaos for people, so you might as well just
Rip the Band-Aid
rip the
Especially
Band-Aid
people
off
who
one
live so
time,
close
So
on
I'm good with that
street
option, too.
and that
Then
neighborhood.
pick
I think
up
that's
now
really
we
the
can on our other streets.
way to go.
So you have a main street, right, Jimmy?
This is not Main Street.
No, a street that is very important to you to get done.
Well, I can tell you this, because of the Veterans project and all the
Right.
gas lines we put in last year,
Right.
we haven't touched the east end in 2 years.
We had all that gas line work going in down there, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
did all of
and it's
that.
all in now.
We
gas
didn't
lines
do
all-
any of those side streets, you're right,
Side Street,
because
plus you got the project going
Right.
down there with the Veterans Building.
But
down
their
there.
stoves are working good, right, Jimmy?
Yes, they are. Thank you. Yes, they are.
No, but you're right. We put them off for.
Yes, we
So,
did.
so that's what I'm saying, is if we do Market Street, which we can do, and you go through this list and come up with the other streets that we can fit into the CHIPS budget, and we have the rest as alternates, we can look at the, at the end, when we see what the actual CHIPS money is, when we see what our actual fund balances are, we can make some other decisions. But I really like to, give Mike the ability to,
I agree, that's the way to go.
I would just add to Irene's point, if anybody really wanted to get wild and crazy and think about the entire thing from the city line to down the Prospect, from above Van Dyke to the city line is about, and I didn't fully estimate that yet, but it's less, a little bit less than the lower half, for a number of reasons. It's about another $1 million, just so you've got a ballpark.
but it's also in much better shape.
Much better shape.
It is in better shape.
Yeah.
From Van Dyke down
Where
is the
the
worst.
Yeah,
sidewalks
Van
are
Dyke
better,
down
there's
is,
a lot
Van Dyke
less
down
of
is
that
just a
we would have
rumble
to
city.
do.
Yeah.
And again, we tried, you heard us try to get DOT on board, and it's just not gonna happen. Mike agrees that it's, we're not gonna get them to do this at this point. But they're gonna do a lot of the arterial, right, Mike, down below that?
They're doing a lot of the arterial, there's several projects.
Which are-
And then next year, after they've done that work, they plan to fully resurface East Main Street
Right,
all the way to the city line.
right, which is gonna be great for us next year. But also, when they do that arterial, that's the other really bad portion of our streets. When you're coming down Route 30, all those bridge ramps and things, they're terrible. They're gonna do all those as part of this. So, the ride from the Van Dyke all the way down to the bottom of, because the hill is not too bad either. It's right at Prospect down up.
The hill's not bad, the below Van Dyke down the Prospect is also where we had it over the last 5
All
years.
those water.
Had massive water
We did.
breaks, and it took a real beating.
And we told DOT, we don't think we're gonna need to dig there anymore, but they didn't believe us, so.
They wanted me to move it, I said I could move the city easier.
All right. Please stand for the pledge, call the meeting to order. Thanks, Mike. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Quistamars. Here. Alderman Holliday.
Here.
Alderwoman Collins. Here. Alderman Marticello.
Here,
Alderman Carpenter.
Okay.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda with 9 resolutions, 1 consent resolution.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
We don't have any proclamations or communications and presentations, so it's time for the public who would like to speak. I see a old familiar face approaching the podium.
John Archett with 12 at 18 Austin Street. Mayor, I talked to some people who used to live in the city. They were very concerned about Market Street, with the potholes and stuff. Okay, I seen something in the paper about, we got maybe 23 more properties that we want to knock down. It's pretty rough shape. That's good to knock them down. We want a clean city, whether it's the streets or get rid of these other buildings. We might end up having 23 parking lots, but when you look the way things are going in the city, that might be a good thing too, because you get these cars off the street and the emergency vehicles can get through. So I think that'll be a good thing. Another thing I seen, which I didn't understand, we got some money, I guess grant money, and I think that's supposed to help some of these people who have homes, maybe to put roofs on and whatever. So I think that's a good thing. But what about the people who been keeping their homes up to date, and up to par? There's no help for them. That part I don't think is totally all fair. In fact, Kelly, if you look around the corner from your house, that one property that I've been talking about probably for over a decade, I noticed that they're getting a roof put on. And I kind of wonder, what the heck's going on that after a decade, all of a sudden they're putting a roof on. So then I thought, well, maybe it's from that this grant money or so like that. I don't know, but it seemed kind of weird to me about that. Another thing is, I was wondering if we could have an update, Mayor, about either the Chalmers site, which is located on Bridge Street, or the land that's in back of Slezak's gas station, which is on Forest Avenue. What's up with that property? Is anybody interested in that, in any of those parcels? You look on Bridge Street, there was always seemed to be controversy with the Chalmers site ever since we knocked the building down. Then all of a sudden, it doesn't seem like we're not talking about it, like as if the problem will go away. But I don't think it's really going to go away. And when you look at the acreage, over the 3 acres of land there, and obviously there's a good amount of land in back of Slezak's garage. You could even bring up the Mohasco site, and somebody told me that Noteworthy was interested in that. I don't know if they own part of that or not, but that's been vacant going back to I worked there for 5 years, so you're going back to the 1980s. That's been vacant for over 40 years. So once in a while, it would be nice to have a little bit of updates on that. Another thing is, I'll throw this in. I was kind of glad about the insurance. You got different type of insurance or cheaper insurance for the city employees. I think that was a good thing. You got to look out for the dollars that that we're spending and like that. And if the insurance is good and at a cheaper rate, it's probably be a good thing. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public? Okay, Mike, you gave about your engineering report, so I think you're all set. Does anybody have any questions for Mike? We didn't get a chance to follow up on the questions. Any questions at all for Mike? All right, Louise, controllers report.
I don't have anything prepared for tonight. I don't have anything prepared tonight. I'll give my
Okay, you want to talk a little bit about where we are with the budget? We are, I should talk about it. April 1st was the day you're supposed to give you the mayor's budget. As you know, been under the weather a few days, missed about a week of work. But we are waiting for a couple numbers. Once we get those couple numbers, we should wrap this thing up and get it to you probably within a week's time. But we are meeting with every department head. Meetings are going well, working very hard to make sure that, every dollar we budget is being used appropriately, and it is. So we've got great department heads, and I think we'll be in good shape. Any questions at all for Louise regarding anything else regarding finances? Okay. And there's no old business, correct, Stace?
No.
Nope.
So we're gonna start with the new business, and we're gonna go to the resolutions.
Resolution 2425-180,
New business, you wanna,
I'm sorry?
you wanna appoint Ray under new business?
I'm gonna appoint Ray, yeah. I'm gonna send him a letter.
Well, I think Chris is saying make the appointment for the record.
Right.
It's out of order, but you were
Well, it's
thinking
under-
you do the resolutions first. Chris was suggesting do it now.
Oh,
I
We're
didn't
talking
realize
about
that
it
was
now.
order.
Let me make a suggestion, Mayor. Why don't you appoint Mr. Fife now and we'll just get it out of the way?
is there something I should be saying other than I'm gonna appoint Ray?
No, you just need to memorialize.
I'm gonna appoint Ray Fife to the City of Amsterdam Golf Commission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, resolution.
Resolution number 2425-180, resolution adopting minutes from last common council meeting by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-181, resolution ratifying employment agreement, Fire Chief Anthony Agresta by Alderwoman Collins. Whereas the mayor appointed Anthony Agresta as Fire Chief effective February 4th, 2020. Whereas the compensation requires approval of the Common Council pursuant to City Charter C-15. Whereas the annual salary for this position shall be $130,000.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-182, resolution budget transfer by Alderwoman Collins. Whereas the Common Council previously appointed the appointment of Anthony Agresta as Fire Chief pursuant to City Charter C-77, whereas this employment agreement requires a budget transfer to fund the respective salary line items. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following budget transfers be made to allocate the necessary funds. Decrease expense contingency $17,000, increase expense management $17,000.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-183, resolution budget transfer by Alderman Marticello. Whereas the Common Council previously approved the appointment of Michael Clark as City of Engineer effective January 1st, 2024 pursuant to City Charter C-12. Whereas the mayor and city engineer have agreed to a salary adjustment in recognition of the additional responsibilities assigned to the city engineer.
So moved. In discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-184, resolution budget transfer by Alderwoman Collins. Whereas the Common Council previously appointed the appointment of Joseph Spencer, Police Chief pursuant to City Charter C-14 and C-74. Whereas the compensation requires approval of the Common Council pursuant to City Charter C-15. Whereas the annual salary effective 11/19/2024 for this position shall be $134,482.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-185, resolution budget transfer by Alderman Carpenter. Whereas the city has incurred additional salary expense for the city clerk position in 24-25 because of paying an interim clerk simultaneously while the appointed clerk was out on leave. Whereas the city clerk's payroll does not have sufficient funds to cover the city clerk's salary until the end of the fiscal year. Resolved, the controller is authorized to make the following 2024-25 budget transfer. Decrease expense contingency, $10,000. Increase expense city clerk management, $10,000.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution number 2425-186, resolution authorizing contract with Orion Management Company for grant writing services by Alderman Carpenter. Whereas the city being desirous and continuing its relationship with Nick Zabowski and Orion Management Company for grant writing services, including but not limited to meeting with city officials to identify priority projects the city wishes to pursue, researching available funding and advising of grant opportunities, provide advice and guidance regarding regulatory and funding requirements, as well as advice regarding benefits and drawbacks, environmental review, prepare and complete grant applications, and provide administrative services for funded projects. And whereas services will charge to the city at a rate of $96 per hour, and whereas the term of the contract is through December 31st, 2026, and whereas a copy of the contract being attached hereto it is hereby resolved that the attached contract with Orion Management Company is
So moved.
hereby approved.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-187, resolution authorizing contract with Megan Podrozic, DBA Megabytes Catering for concessionaire services at Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-188, resolution approving audit by Alderwoman Collins.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2425-189, consent. Resolution authorizing request for proposals, RFP, for concessionaire services at Riverlink Park by Alderman Carpenter. Whereas the current concessionaire having informed city that they would like to be excused from their third and final year of their existing 3-year lease, and with the city is amendable to searching for a replacement. And whereas time being of the essence, the Riverlink Cafe is scheduled to open for the 2025 season on June 1st. And whereas the instant effort to find a replacement concessionaire is not the equivalent of releasing the current concessionaire from the existing contract, and the same is undertaken by the city in furtherance of mitigation. And whereas the city being desirous to submit to the public a request for a proposal for the concessionaire services at Riverlink Park for a 1-year period for the seasonal cafe for the year 2025 season. And whereas a copy of the proposed RFP being attached hereunto, and whereas RFP shall be received on or before 3 p.m. on April 14th, 2025, so that the Common Council may take further action at the meeting scheduled for April 15th, 2025. It is hereby resolved that the attached RFP for concessionaire services at Riverlink Park is hereby authorized.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
that it?
All right, Mayor, can I ask, this resolution right here, where would you like to, where are we gonna advertise for our?
Yeah,
Where would you like her to do
we're
it?
gonna put it on Facebook. How else do we need to do that? Do you have to take a notice in the paper? on it?
And put it in the recorder.
And I know that some people have already contacted us. We should make sure they get a copy.
I have the addresses of the couple that I've spoken to.
Does it say who to contact? Recreation Department?
And we can also use our social media pages.
Yeah, we would definitely put it there.
Stacy, does it say who to contact in there?
Yes.
It'll
it
be on our
says-
website, social media pages, and we'll contact with the recorder.
I got a little update, if I may. The latest activity for the Play Together initiative that I created along with the rec department. Chris Kelly of Imperial Lanes is kind enough to donate a handful of lanes to us,
Nice.
starting this Thursday. So every Thursday for the rest of this month, 10 to 12 kids are able to bowl for free for an hour over at Imperial Lanes, and parents are welcome as well. They gotta pay. It's the only catch. But yeah, hope there's some kids that you guys or families you guys can think of maybe in your wards, send them along. It's for all the kids of the city, so making bonds and having fun, so,
Great job, Rich.
thank you.
Yeah,
Great
thank you,
job.
Chris
Did you
Kelly.
have that put on the website,
Definitely.
on Recreation's website?
They, shared a post that I made last week, but yeah, we keep pumping it. We're gonna take some pictures and all that stuff too, so.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich. Thanks,
thank
Chris Kelly. Thank you. What's the name? No, not, what is
It's
it?
Kelly's Imperial Lanes.
Kelly's Imperial
Yep,
Lanes.
Yep, across from the car wash.
Anything else, guys?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quista Morris.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye. One thing before you go, I'd like to thank all of you who reached out to me on my sister's death. I appreciate it all.
Very sorry.
Thank you, all of you. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay.
Meeting adjourned?
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Very good.